So here we are, it's week 2 already. I was quite happy with last week's time, and I definitely progressed since the video I would have put up a good month or so ago. Can't remember exact time, but I think I knocked a good 20 seconds off, or maybe a bit more, which really chuffed about. You know, that's a lot of time to knock off on this kind of track. It's not very long, very steep, and I don't ride things quite like this in Bike Park Wales purely because they're not there. It's all man-made stuff which is made to be a little bit on the safer side, where this is kind of a bit rough and ready and less diluted than, let's say, you know, this is kind of it's not that far off a natural trail really, although somebody have put a lot of work into it and I thank them for it. So today, 3 things I'm going to focus on in no particular order. I noticed last week that my lines were better than they were in the video before, but I was guilty, and I was conscious of this last week, I was guilty of only looking a couple of meters in front of me at a time. I think because everything comes up quite quick on this trail, and there is a lot of stuff on the trail that can catch you out, like old ruts and old cut down trees and, you know, quite sharp jagged rocks and that kind of thing. So first thing to focus on, I think, is make sure I'm looking ahead quite a bit, you know, not 2-3 meters in front of my wheel, a good 10 meters in front of me, so I can plan my line a bit better for the bigger obstacles. Second one, I think, is just relaxing. So I noticed last week I'd only filmed the last one, but last week I did 3 runs down here. By the third one I felt a lot more relaxed, and because of that I was riding a lot smoother, a lot better. And just not tensing up on the bike. I think the thing is, if you're worried about falling off on this kind of track because of the steepness and the things that are around you and you're going over, you tense up. That only leads to you not moving about a bit quicker on the bike. And as well as that, if you fall over and you're tensed up, you're more likely to hurt something than if you're more relaxed. Think about how a cat kind of falls, you know, they're not tensed up, they're quite relaxed, and because of that they hit the ground and they, you know, there's a bit of suspension in the limbs. It's not a slap onto the floor. And then I think the third thing is, and this has come from watching the video back again, the second obstacle, which I stopped on and said not today, which I said every single time I rode this track, not today. Like, it's just become a bit of a running joke in my mind. I've rode worse than that. Somewhere along the line riding down here, I've put a mental impediment upstairs, and it resonates in what I tell my daughter all the time. I'll teach you the technique, you know what to do, sometimes you just got to switch your brain off and do it and know that it's going to be okay. It's that fight or flight thing kicking in, and I need to just fight against it and think to myself, you know the technique, you know how to get down it. The worst thing that could happen is you end up dropping the whole thing, and it's probably about 3-4 foot to the bottom. If that happens and I dropped it rather than rolled over it, it's a drop to flat. It wouldn't feel nice, but it wouldn't, you know, that wouldn't hurt. My legs would soak up the fall along with the suspension on the bike. So yeah, just switch my mind off, do the technique, roll over it, weight back on the bike, and you can do it, and that'll probably knock a good 5-6 seconds off. So they're the 3 things I'm focusing on today. I do also get my excuses in early. This is the Monday after the storms that we've had at the beginning of October. It is absolutely stinking, and even riding up here I could feel the back wheels going. I could feel, you know, I'm putting drive down onto the floor and you're just sliding everywhere. Quite a tough climb actually, with this kind of traction on the floor. Now that's probably going to pay off into the run. You know, into the runs I do, I'm probably going to be slower because the grip just ain't going to be there. That being said, got to be conscious of it, but I'm not going to let it dictate how to go. So yeah, that's the plan. Let's see how it plays out. I focus on all the things that I've tried to learn today. Not too worried about the time, just because of the conditions. So I'm going to focus on what I've learned rather than trying to get down here too quick. Let's use the berm. Lost the front end then. Should have gone light. Quick paddle there. Right, let's try and open up a little bit now. There's a tree there. That's because I hit that stump. Left line. Still not doing that bit yet. Right, I fudged up the time for this week, so let's just enjoy this bit. Try and take some nice smooth lines. I think if I didn't hit this tree on this one, I would be in for a good time. But I did, so these things happen. Right, remember, stick to the left after this bit. Right, let's try and drop this bit. The best I've rid that section, without a doubt. I'll tighten it up.